All right, good morning. It is Thursday, the 19th of March, and it is 10 a.m. And today is leg day. Forgive the poor lighting. It's actually nice weather for once in England. So we won't complain because it's a fucking gorgeous day. It's actually really hot, I'm not gonna lie. I have no idea what temperature it is, but it feels hot. Today is leg day, probably more quad focused, so we are going to be doing squat, like barbell squat, leg extensions, ham curls, and I don't think I'll do leg press today because I'm doing squat instead. Could do some lunges or, some other shit like that. But other than that, I fancied a Monster today for my pre-workout. So, it's cold as well. But yeah, to be honest, there's not much else to say. I trained chest yesterday, and that was a fucking good session again. I'm really surprised, again, like my strength since starting the bulk. I mean, I finished my cut 2 or 3 weeks ago now, but it's just unbelievable to me that I finished my cut and I've started just hitting my PR that I hit at the end of my last bulk. So I think 150 on bench is going to be not just attainable, but I think we might get it a little faster than even I think we will. But yeah, other than that, there's not really much else to say. Also, Pokemon update. I've done 6 badges, and I'm currently at the 7th gym, which is the Psychic Gym. And I gave it a go, and I got absolutely spanked. So I might have to put some extra work in, just leveling up the rest of the team and trying to build a team really, because I've got like one good Pokemon and it's Blaziken. So, but anyway, I'll shut the fuck up. I'll stop rambling, and I'll see you in there for some legs. we're back. We've moved on to ham curls. Usually I do the seated ham curl, but it's in use, so we'll do the lying down one. It's probably good to get some variation in anyway. Let me put some tunes on. Also, I did kind of impulse buy at work yesterday. I was sat there and saw an Instagram advert for All Points East. Four sets, yeah. Yeah, saw an Instagram advert for All Points East, and I think they're Thames, Georgia Smith, Arya Star, and K1, and a few other people. So I just impulse bought a couple of tickets to that, and I'm fucking gassed. So, and next week is the Arnold Expo, so should be a good time this summer. Got a lot of stuff planned. Let me shut up and get this first set on. Down. Yeah. Squatting's funny at the moment because my legs are just so weak compared to the rest of my body. As I was saying earlier, like, I can now bench 140 pretty comfortably, like consistently hit 3 plates. Yesterday, I was at the gym with my workmate and I got 130 for 5 or 6. So the weight is flying up now. So I think 150 on bench should be just around the corner, but it's funny that I'm pushing numbers like that on bench press, and then squat, which in theory should be level, if not higher, I can probably do 100 maybe for one. Like I usually linger around the 70, 80 kilos for reps, and even that's a fucking struggle. So we've definitely got a lot of work to do, but it'd be cool to see the progress I can make. You know, well, it's week 3, and we've probably got 9 more weeks to go. So we definitely want to be getting up to 100 kilo squat for reps, like good reps, 5 or 6, like a full working set. That's probably a good goal for that at least. These ham curls feel good, man. I think I'll probably continue to kind of alternate between the sitting and the lying down ham curl. Yeah, the weather's blessed today, man. Might have to get out for a walk. I'll probably get lunch on the way back from the gym and go for a walk after, because it's too nice a day to be locked inside. Anyway, let me shut up and get this next set.
Better than that guy, probably about coffee.
Dude, I've had a few songs on repeat on my playlist the last couple of days, and they're just bangers, man. Like, Residuals by Chris Brown's one of them. A lot of kind of older Kehlani songs. Little Story is a banger. Also, I was pretty annoyed I couldn't go to the BBC Radio 1. There was a BBC Radio 1 event in, it's either April or May, and Kehlani and Olivia Dean are going to be there. And by the time I saw it and I went to get tickets, they sold out. I think they sold out immediately, understandably. they're both kind of popping off right now, but yeah, a little bit gutted about that. Yeah, so we'll probably do 1 or 2 more sets of hand curls and then move on to leg extensions. I'm going to try and really go hard on leg extensions because the squat felt, I mean, don't get me wrong, the squat was hard, but I don't really have the mind muscle connection yet for that to be cooking my quads. But we'll get there. Finish this off. Yeah, that's us done. Whew. All right, I'll join you on leg extensions. Also, I've no idea what they did with the lighting. Like the lights just went off for some reason. So it's been more of a dingy session today. But yeah, man, I feel pretty cooked already. 3 or 4 sets of squats, 3 or 4 sets of curls, and I'm feeling fried. Let me shut up and get this set. Alright. This feels good though, can't lie. Considering I've had no pre, I had a monster instead. I actually feel decent. And my legs are feeling quite, pumped. We'll definitely get a pose down after this. Anyway, let me shut up. Let me get this set. Alright. I think I'm done with going light. Let's whack the weight up. Also, I can't wait for summer, man. Yeah. We've had a couple of days of sunshine here. And the beer gardens are calling. The sun comes out and all I want to do is laugh indie music and go to a beer garden. Such a nostalgic feeling. Just makes me think of uni. I can always go to the kind of local leisure centre and get a little cardio and swim sauna session in. Could be a nice idea, to be honest, because I'm going to want something else to do today. And I didn't do any cardio today, so also I'm getting a little fluffy on the bulk, so a cardio session will probably try and help to mitigate the fluff that we put on. But I mean, I can't complain. It's kind of going to happen. I can just try and be a bit more locked in with what I'm eating calorie-wise and yeah, you kind of trade. I feel like the bulk cut cycle is just trading aesthetics for strength for a temporary amount of time. Aesthetically, I'm not going to be as as sharp, but then I'm going to be a lot stronger, have a lot more energy on the bulk, and then when I cut, I'm going to look amazing, hopefully. But obviously, energy's less strength, so it's the trade-off that you've got to make, really. But I think if you go into each cycle and just kind of embrace what's going to happen, you're never really going to have that hard of a time in terms of like mentally. I know a lot of people struggle with, you know, I've had people come up to me before where like just talking to people in the gym and they're like really, you can almost see it's like a weight on their mind when they're not hitting the weights they were before. When they start cutting, they feel weaker and they're like, yeah, shit, man. I'm like, yeah, but it's going to happen. You know, it's inevitable. And then again, on the flip side, people like, they start bulking again and they lose the leanness and they fill out. It's like, yeah, but it was always going to happen. What did you expect? You're going to have like an 8-pack and gain 5 kilos. Well, that wasn't going to happen. Yeah. But I think if you just become content with the downsides of what each cycle has, you can kind of ignore them because you just pursue the upsides of each cut and bulk cycle. Like for me at the moment, my energy's good and my strength is way better than I thought. So every time I look in the mirror and I'm a little fluffy, you know, it doesn't really bother me that much because it's always going to happen. And also, I'll start cutting again in 9-10 weeks anyway. So, you know, there's no real downside. All right. Okay. Little drops there. No drops it hits harder than leg extensions. You know, I'll do pec flies, bench, knee drops set, shoulder press, knee drops set, everything. But leg extensions, man, when your quads are fucking numb and you drop the weight and just try and rip them out. Oh, the burn is unbelievable. But yeah, I think my strength gain and the weight gain on leg days it's inevitable. Like, if I come in, keep training it, in a few weeks the weights will feel lighter, the connection will feel better, and there's probably still just like a baseline anxiety around training legs just because it's less familiar. It's not like chest day, you know, I go in, I know exactly what everything's going to feel like, I know exactly what weight I'm going to do, I know, you know. But at the moment, legs is like, it's more uncomfortable. Not just mentally, but also physically. My body's less used to it. So it's a bit more draining in that regard. And it's that, like, in order to push the most weight you can, you need to get comfortable with being uncomfortable. And, you know, for chest day, shoulder day, arm day, you know, I'm completely comfortable with it. Leg day is still slightly alien to me. So when I'm pushing heavier weight, it's going to feel a bit more, you know, with a bit more hesitation. But as I said, I want it to be a real focus of this bulk because it's been a flaw in my overall physique for probably a couple of years now. So now it's time, especially with the camera keeping me accountable, to nip that in the bud and make some serious fucking gains. But I've just got to learn to love the process. I can't fool myself into, you know, thinking, well, one day they're going to be great immediately. Because if you gave me massive legs now, chances are, in 6 months they'd be smaller. Because I wouldn't be training. I don't like the process. It's kind of like when I know people that are out of shape and they're like, I want to look like you. Or not even like me, to be honest, most people don't want to look like me. They think I'm a little too stocky, a little too big, which is fair. I'm short, so the frame fills up quicker. But, you know, people with what they want to look like, you know, if you're chubby, you want to have a six pack. It's like you have to fall in love with the process that it takes to get there, the journey to getting there. Because if not, you know, I think I could proudly say I could swap bodies with someone who's out of shape. And I think if we met in a year's time, I would be in good shape again, and they would be in worse shape because it's the process that, you know, gets you there and maintains it. So if you don't like the process, you're not going to be able to keep it up. Okay, I think we'll do one more drop set because that felt pretty brutal. That's probably a good thing. I won't go slightly as heavy. I'll put it down one peg. One peg higher than it was to start with before. But let's try and get some left on this, you know. Only a 6 to 8 on this, and then I might drop it twice so we get down to like 18 kilos or something. And it's like the weight is negligible. It's more just the movement that's really pumping me. You know, you've done a drop set well, and just the movement is what you can feel is fucking killing your legs, or well, any muscle group for that matter. Right. Oh, bro. Oh, Jesus. Fuck. Hills. Oh, that's me done. Fuck. Absolutely numb, man. Alright, well. Trying to think what else to do. I think I'll probably meet you in the studio. We'll do some light dumbbell stuff, maybe like a set or two of just like lunges and some squats, and then we'll hit a little pose down and probably call it a day. So I'll see you in a sec. All right, we are back in the studio. It's funny, this room is massive and the lighting's good and no one's ever in here, man. I mean, to be fair, the gym's quiet today, but like, even when the gym is at its busiest, like every machine is in use, you come in here and there may be 2 or 3 people in here, but no one's ever in here, man. I just thought I probably should still be training abs now I'm bulking, because then I'll kind of, the extra protein and calories I'm going into will probably go to actually growing my ab muscles. But having said that, like, just training them for like 7 or 8 weeks on my last cut, like every day for that cut, I was doing weighted like cable crunches. That fucking cooked my abs, and I was happy with where my abs were at the end of that last cut. So maybe I don't have to do it. I'll think about it. All right, let's get some weights. All right. Just hit some lunges, hit some squats, maybe literally one set of each. Doesn't have to be a lot. It's just to kind of pump my legs up and, you know, hopefully make me look slightly better in the pose down. Also, my skin's been fucking terrible this week. Don't know why. I'll have to change something up. I think hydration is probably one thing. I haven't been drinking as much water, but I made a massive thing of green juice today, you know, pineapple, cucumber, celery, ginger, lime. So hopefully that should help. I need to up my water intake. I'll change my bedding. I only changed my bedding a week ago, but I've been hot at nights, man. Like, been sweating a bit. So I'll change my bedding, drink more water, try and eat slightly cleaner. I'm eating fairly cleanly anyway, but you know, can always eat cleaner. And yeah, that should be good. I'll give it a week, maybe a week or two, just to clear up. It should do. Also, I was fucking ill. You know, I'm just getting over it now. I had a cold for like the last week and a half. So I feel like it's just like a number of factors and coming together and fucking up my skin. My skin's really sensitive, man. Like, I can eat a fucking dairy milk chocolate bar and the next day I'll wake up with spots. Or like, it's sugar and fat. If I eat something quite fatty, like a Five Guys, the next day I'll wake up and I'll have a spot or two. But not sure if there's any science behind that. That might just be speculation, but it's how it feels at least. All right, let's get them set in with some squats. Yeah, I had a couple rest days this week on Monday and Tuesday. Probably the first time in a while I've had 2 consecutive rest days, but it was just a number of things. Like, I was kind of ill, and me and a couple of my workmates we trained legs and then played five-a-side on Friday. And I haven't played football in fucking couple years at least. And I woke up the next day and, dude, the next 3 or 4 days, everything hurt. My legs, my arse, my hips, my feet hurt. Like, I felt muscles in my feet, but I didn't know I had. Yeah, they all hurt pretty bad. But we're gonna do that like once a month because that was wicked fun. We literally went to the gym, played five-a-side. Well, went to the gym, got food, went to a place called Honest Burger, and it was unreal. And then we played five-a-side, and then had a couple beers after. And it was just a great evening. I mean, what can be better than gym, five-a-side, and food, and a couple beers with the boys? I mean, a dream day, really. All right, we'll hit a little pose down here. Why not? I just exclusively now just wear joggers with shorts underneath. You know, my legs are okay. Not where I want them to be yet, but we're getting there. You know, it's gonna be a work in progress. I think luckily my legs like don't look too bad in terms of size, only because I'm short, so they kind of naturally look a bit stockier. But even then, you know, for a short, stocky guy, my legs are clearly subpar. I mean, I don't know if it's that noticeable to like the average Joe, but at least someone who's had a fair amount of time in the gym can probably look and be like, you might have to work on those, buddy. Well, that's how I see them anyway. And even not just aesthetics, but strength-wise, I want to get to a point where, you know, we're pushing some serious weight and I can kind of not go into a leg day thinking, you know, it's going to be a subpar day only because I'm not going to be pushing as much weight as I'd want to. Let me put these weights back and I'll probably join you in the car. All right, we are back in the car, and that is another leg day finished. It was honestly a pretty good session. My legs feel pretty cooked. My quads are fucking numb. And I don't know, just felt like a good day. Tomorrow is pool day, and again, I guess it's just going to be a more back-focused session. I think all of them will be. And it should be a pretty sweet day. It's going to be a later one though, so the gym may be busy, so it might be another day where it takes me an hour to get a lat pull down machine free. But yeah, we'll probably do lat pull down, cable row, some bicep, some rear delt stuff, and face pulls and pullovers, I would imagine. But other than that, it was a pretty good session, and I'm looking forward to the next one. So I'll see you in a bit.